What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, NBA DFS video. Let's talk playoffs. Let's talk the two-game slate that we've got going on. So if you're new to the channel or you've only been with us for MLB, do things a little bit differently here in NBA land, as we call it. Normally, when we have at least 5 games, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. But we've already ran 10,000 simulations, and there's only 2 games, so there's not a ton. But we're going to go over some of the plays. Now, it is early, so some of this value might open up throughout the day before we get the 2 games going on. So we're still going to give you some plays. Then we're going to give you some top value plays at the end. But again, remember, 2 games, 4 teams. There's not going to be a whole ton of different lineups to play. That's just kind of the nature of the beast when it gets to the playoffs. But what we're going to do is, if you are new to the channel, we do have giveaway every single video. In the NBA video, it's the same as MLB. So you got to like the video, you got to be a subscriber, and you got to leave a comment on the video. If you do all of that and we get at least 50 likes, you will have a shot at a free week of FTA+. That is a week of all sports. 100 likes on this video, a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Now, last NBA video we did 2 days ago, we had 815 views, 55 likes, and only 8 comments. So if you are one of those persons that left a comment, you have a 1 in 8 shot at a free week of FTA+. That is wild to me. I'm trying to give you guys free content. 55 likes. If you want to win, there should be 55 comments. But again, it's up to you guys. So we are going to have the giveaway real quick. It's literally this person here, 1 in 8 shot to win. Brandon Lozano, congratulations. You left a comment. My comment is that I won this before and never received the free content. Now, you got to email me. So, did you email me in the past? The email is in the description of this video, but it is dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com. You've got to email me or hit us up in our Discord, which you can find the link down below. So, if you want to have your second shot to win, let me know. And then if you can show me proof that you won in the other video, which video it was, I will give you a second week. So I got to know. So congratulations to you, Brandon. Please email me and we will hopefully help you rock and roll on the website. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the plays, and then we're going to build you a DraftKings lineup and a FanDuel lineup. Now, these are very early builds. These are tournament only the rest of the way through, but I wanted to bring that to you. So we look at this. We've got the Knicks at the Pistons. We've got the Knicks right now being a 6.5 point favorite, minus 260 money line, and an over-under of 222.5. And then we've got the Nuggets at the Clippers. We got the Clippers actually a 1.5 point favorite, 120 money line. So it's very, very close with an over-under of 218.5. So that's what we've got right now. Again, kind of watch and monitor the Vegas lines and see how they move throughout. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through and give you some plays at each position. Now, these can and will change a little bit, but for the most part, we know who's going to be the starters and stuff like that. So looking at the point guard position, early projections, James Harden against Denver, they're the 26th DVP against the position, about 48 to 52 fantasy points. Cade Cunningham against the Knicks, 14th DVP, about 45 to 48. Jalen Brunson against Detroit, 12th DVP there, about 40 to 42 fantasy point. Drop down just a little bit. You got Russell Westbrook coming in now. If we did look what Westbrook did against his team last time, put up 34 fantasy points at 6,300. He is now 5,800. So for whatever reason, they've dropped his price down. Now he played 34 minutes in that game. That's the perfect number of what we're looking for. That's the most amount of minutes he's played in a while. It was a lower scoring game, 112 to 110. I've got him early projection right around 28 to 32, which is right in that range. And that's a perfect price at his $5,800 value, or his price there. Dennis Schroeder going up against the Knicks, 14th DVP. I don't know if he's going to get a ton of minutes, but we got him right around 20 fantasy points. Chris Dunn at about 18 fantasy points against Denver's 26th DVP, and Cameron Payne against Detroit, 12th DVP, right around 16 to 18. So anytime you get below like the $4,000 mark here on DraftKings, we don't know how far they're going to go into this game. We don't know how many minutes they're actually going to get. So that's the only thing that it's very hard to predict. Like basketball is a pretty easy sport to project out and predict with fantasy, like our algorithm and Sims. But when they're bench players, it really will just be dependent on how the game goes, specifically in a playoff setting. So then we move to the shooting guard, Michael Bridges, 27 to 32 fantasy points. Christian Braun against the Lakers, 11th DVP, 26 fantasy points. Norman Powell against Denver, 19 DVP, about 26 to 28. Malik Beasley against the Knicks, 9th DVP, about 25 fantasy points. Miles McBride against the Detroit, $3,700 value, 12th DVP, 19 to 22 fantasy points. Now, I wanted to see, like McBride, the minutes. He had 15 minutes in that game, put up 8.25, 4,600. They dropped him down now to 3,700, kind of like maybe they think that's what it's going to do. But with the lines being here, maybe he gets a little bit more run. If he could get 20 minutes, 1.5 fantasy points per minute, I think we'd be pretty good. A couple of other value plays. Bojan Bojanovic there, about 16 fantasy points. Marcus Sasser against the Knicks, 3,000 salary, about 12 fantasy points. Again, going to be very hard to get some of these value plays in unless it's a blowout. And again, it's playoffs, so the majority of the time, probably not going to see. So moving over to small forward, you got OG Anunoby right around 34 to 38 fantasy points against Detroit, 21st DVP. Same position, same team. Josh Hart, 34 to 38 fantasy points, right in the same range. I think they both could get it. If you want to use both of them, you can. Michael Porter Jr., I said in that video that he had a great matchup depending on how the game went. So 2 days ago, 28 DVP against the Clippers, 29 to 32 fantasy points. Michael Porter in that game did nothing. Played 26 minutes and got us 8 fantasy points in our lineup. Makes no sense. Might be an outlier, but maybe we'll see that's how they're going to utilize him in the playoffs. I sure hope not, because I don't mind him. I have the third highest priced projected guy right now. Couple others, Oscar Thompson against the Knicks, 23 fantasy points. Peyton Watson against the Clippers, 28 DVP, about 17 fantasy points. So again, Peyton Watson in that game put up 10 fantasy points, played 14 minutes. The minutes are kind of what's going to be weird. So you got to get creative when you're building your lineup, specifically when there's a 2-game slate. I didn't even know if we're going to make a video, but I wanted to make a video for you guys. So we move over to the power forward position. You got Kawhi Leonard against Denver, 10th DVP, so not the best matchup for him, right around 41 to 45 fantasy points. Precious Achiuwa against Detroit, 25th DVP, 18 fantasy points. Derek Jones Jr. against Denver, about 11 fantasy points. Nicholas Batum against Denver, 10th DVP, about 9 fantasy points. It is a wasteland at power forward there. Both FanDuel and DraftKings. It is a complete wasteland, and that's kind of, with 2 games, that's kind of where we're at. But looking at the center position, we use Jokic and Giannis in the same game. He put up 67.25, played 46 minutes. The majority of the time, he's going to play the whole game as long as he's healthy. Jokic at the top yet again against the Clippers, 12th DVP, about 58 to 60. I'm probably looking about 65 fantasy points, 70, a range there. But we're not going to project that out. We're never going to project the 98 fantasy points that he's put up. Number 2 is Karl Anthony Towns against Detroit, 18th DVP, about 45 to 50. Ivica Zubac here against Denver, 24th DVP, right around 38 fantasy points. Jalen Duren against the Knicks, 4th DVP, right around 30 fantasy points. So if you want to see all of the projections, all the simulations, everything, you can go check out FTA Plus. It is $10 for a week. It is $30 for a month. It is $200 for a year. And a lot of people have already gotten the year pass, and it's paid off for them within 2 days. Keep getting comments about that, which has been awesome. But that includes every single sport. So all sports that are in season, what you see up here, outside of obviously NFL. So just kind of looking overall to see if there's any biggest value that jump out right now. Now, again, playoffs are here. The majority of the players are either questionable or out already, so we should be good to go. Early projections through 10,000 simulations have Oscar Thompson at the top for the biggest value right now, followed by Christian Braun, Dennis Schroeder, Miles McBride, Bojan Bojanovic, and Tim Hardaway Jr. So if you want to see all of them, you want to see a cheat sheet, you want to see sample optimal lineups, you want to see everything under the moon that we have, go check out fantasyteamadvisors.com. Now, we are going to build you a DraftKings lineup real quick. Early projected lineup, tournament lineup, just like it always has been. So these are what we're looking at right now. So again, with news, normally these guys should all be in if they don't have a tag right now, unless they get food poisoning or something happens. I fully expect these guys to all play, or at least be available off the bench and not just be ruled out. So again, anything can happen. I completely understand that, but I wanted to get you guys ready to go while we're doing the playoff. So Cade Cunningham all the way down to Duran. We've got it there. It is DraftKings. It is a tournament lineup where you're going to enter that in. And I've already built out the FanDuel one for you. A little bit different. Pricing's a little bit different, so it's harder to do. But Jalen Brunson all the way down to Zubac is what we've got. So if you found this video informative or helpful, hit that like button. If you want to help the channel out, watch the entire video in its entirety. Click the ads. Maybe watch it a couple times all the way through to help us out. If you want to tip us, the Cash App is down below, but we also have Venmo or PayPal. If you want to email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com. And I'd love to hear down below stories of how you've done. I will link the baseball video. We have already filmed and uploaded the baseball video that is out for you right now for the 6-game main slate for Monday, the 21st of April. Good luck in NBA. Good luck in sports betting DFS. Good luck with MLB DFS as well. Let's have fun out there for this Monday. But as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.